When I first heard hip hop, to me, it was just the biggest thing in the world. I had never heard, people like myself sound so empowered before. Ooh. This was like positive. It was ego and it was braggadocio, but it came from a place of a desire to make it. It was aspiration.
It was our story.
It wasn't just like showing off for the sake of showing off. Yeah. It was about, I am somebody.
Welcome back to our episode on LL Cool J locations here on In Search Of. Let's get started. This is LL Cool J on Liberty Avenue and Farmers Boulevard. And there's this thing called Liberty Rock, and LL Cool J is posed there. And there's a picture of him riding a bus too with the photographer. So there's a whole series of these photos from this day early in his career. This is an Ernie Panicoli photo many years later of LL Cool J sitting on Liberty Rock. So this rock sits there in the middle of St. Albans, Queens. If you're standing next to Liberty Rock and you look at Farmers Boulevard, this is your view. What I never realized before I went back was that this is the cover of 14 Shots to the Dome, where he's driving in the car. On the cover of the album, you can see it says Farmers Boulevard on the sign, and then there's a cash checking place. It's a very kind of random photograph, and sure enough, that's the view of him driving in his car, and it's him staying true to his neighborhood. There it is again, Farmers Boulevard, Liberty Rock. He didn't go anywhere. He stayed right there in his community, even though this was his, third or fourth or fifth album. This is a picture by the photographer Michael Benabib. This picture had such a distinct building in the background with this sort of optical illusion mural. And I thought, if I can find that building, I know where I am. And I realized that this is, I think, 1 block over from Washington Square Park. And so once I found this building, I was like, oh, that's going to be easy. It was just a matter of stepping into traffic. This is another one from the same day and photo shoot. And this was, I guess, as easy as it gets because the address is in the picture. All I had to do was find East 4th Street and everything lined up. There's a really great book. It's called Contact High by Vicky Toback. When it came out, I immediately started doing research on, I gotta find these spots. And there's this amazing picture of LL Cool J by Danny Clinch. And Danny Clinch is another one who's one of my favorite photographers. He's incredible. He's done a lot of rock and roll stuff, a lot of hip hop stuff, but it's technically just very good photography. And in the book, there's little blurbs that tend to be what I focus on to find out where things are. And this said that this was in Harlem. And I thought, that's interesting. I didn't know LL Cool J hung out in Harlem ever. I had no idea. So I went there on Google Maps and I started driving around and looking, and I didn't see anything. And I realized that these buildings are kind of set back. And I thought, that's distinct. I'll look for something like that. And I kind of did a spiral. And I found it. And the stairways are all there. All of the window treatments match up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to induct my friend James Todd Smith, better known as LL Cool J, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland to see LL Cool J get inducted. They had sort of a temporary exhibition, and I walked up to the glass, and there's our old friend, the boombox from the Radio album cover. So thinking with my Delta Bravo hat on, I realized, oh my gosh, I can match it up. So here's the album cover, right? And it's exactly what we do, but it was a real special thing for me to see.
It's just the essence of hip hop, that hierarchy that exists amongst teenage boys, and whoever can command the center of attention for the longest period of time inherits a dominant position in the clique. Then you have this boy who's rapping, who's the best, so he becomes dominant.
Everybody, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, like and subscribe to our channel. We're really excited about making more of these short films for you. And kind of stay tuned to see what else we do with all of this, because I feel like this is just the beginning and we're really having a lot of fun putting it together for you. Thanks.